What's up, YouTube Nation? This is Chris Guerreri with Certified G Motivation, and this is another weekly motivational video hoping to help you guys chase your dreams with everything you got. I'm a little more business oriented today, but I still am repping the hat like always. So I wanted to shoot this video this week, and our theme this week is all about holding on to your dreams. I want you guys all out there to hold on to your dreams, and that's so important because I see a lot of people every day who've let go of their dreams, and they wonder why they're so unhappy and unfulfilled, and they let go because things got too hard or things got just a little bit too difficult, and so they found it easier in letting go of the one thing that they really wanted to do in life. And so I wanted to share with you guys a very personal story about me and some of the things I encountered on my journey. So it was funny because when I had my scare at 24, I was scared. A lot of things went through my mind when the doctor told me like I was gonna probably pass away in a couple years. And one of the biggest things that ran through my mind is that I would never experience what it was like to be to be the husband of a family and all that stuff that comes with it. And it was one of the biggest regrets that I had at the moment when I sat there on in the hospital bed in the emergency room. And it was hard for me because I was about 24, 25. Well, see, I grew up with a great family. My parents were awesome and they instilled what it's like to be family and family first. And then I watched my two older brothers get married kind of young out of college, and they had phenomenal lives and they were happy with their wives, but somehow I feel like it always eluded me at 24 or 25. So when I heard about the heart attack scare and the doctor says like you're gonna be dead by 30, I was like, man, I don't want to leave this place and I never ever experience what true love and true all that's about, right? I want to know what it's like to have somebody by your side with you so much every step of the way. I just want to know what that was like. So when I started my weight loss journey, and I don't even know how many people know this, but I had made a playlist of all these songs that would help motivate me for different obstacles like in my journey of weight loss. And I would listen to this playlist over and over as I ran outside, and I would just play it and it would just keep motivating me. I would just hear those songs every day and it would just help me over and over and over. And so one of the biggest things I played on my playlist was, it's not really a workout song, but it was Jason Derulo's Marry Me. And I specifically put that song on the back end of my workouts because even though it doesn't really like go adrenaline, it for me did something. And when I would get to about the 4th or 5th mile of a workout, it would remind me of what I wanted to do it for. And so I put the song on my playlist, and every day about the 4th or 5th mile I would hear that, and in my mind I would see this vision, right? So I didn't know what the bride was gonna look like, I didn't know what the day was gonna look like, but I knew that I was gonna be standing up there. And I knew that I wanted to be confident and wanted someone to be able to be like, wow, that's who I want to be with forever. And so that just kept running, and I actually played that playlist for about 2 to 3 years of my workouts, right? So every day I heard that song. And it's so funny because there were so many times I wanted to give up on the dream. But when I least expected, I actually met my wife. Right? When I least expected, when I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm tired of dating, I'm great on my own, I don't need anybody, I met my wife. And so it's so funny to me, as my wife is probably listening to this, she's like, I don't even know that, but on the day of my wedding, I didn't cry. So my wife always brings this up and she says, you know, you didn't cry on our wedding day, how could you? Well, what I never really told my wife, and I guess I'm telling her now, is that I didn't cry that day not because I wasn't emotional about crying. I cried that day because when I stood on the altar and I saw my beautiful wife coming down the aisle, it was like everything I had envisioned, and it was like my dream had come true. And very few times in life do you get that moment. Right? Very few times do you get where you can just like pause it and it is something you've played over and over and over in your head. And I had that experience that day, so I didn't cry because I was like so overcome with so much joy. And I kind of get choked up even saying it now. So for so many of you guys out there, you have this dream that you're holding on to. I want you to keep holding on to that dream. Please keep holding on to the dream. Because if you keep persisting and you keep believing and you keep fighting through all the tough things that this world has to offer you, and you got that little bit of hope left in you, I want to tell you that it will happen one day. You won't know when, and you won't know where, you won't know how. But if you keep envisioning it, it will happen. And there, when you can make those moments happen, when you can just pause life and say, like, this is the moment that I have wanted, that's what makes life so beautiful. So for so many of you guys out there, I want you to keep chasing after those dreams. Please don't let anyone ever tell you that it's not gonna happen. Please don't let anyone convince you that it's not worth going for, because deep down, you know that you are capable of it. So thank you guys so much for joining me on my video this week. I deep down really appreciate it. So thank you. Please join us again next week. This is Chris Guerrero with Certified G Motivation. Remember, we are never ever satisfied. We are always grateful, and we are certified for greatness. I'll see you guys next week. Much love, y'all.